right. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whichever time zone you're listening in. It's Saturday, February the 25th, 2023. And we're your hosts, Jason Scott
and David Reagan.
Welcome to Paranormal 411.
Welcome, everybody. So, hey, if you're looking to find us, you can do that at paranormal411.org. You can also find us at Paranormal 411 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. We're also on all your favorite podcast platforms. Join us.
Join us.
We got an exciting show tonight, everybody.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little UFO, UAP.
You know, it's everywhere right now, right? Because of what happened. I mean, right?
Yeah. All these balloons.
Darn balloons. Balloons everywhere. So now one of them was confirmed, I guess. Confirmed a balloon. From China. It was a Chinese balloon. And I guess they got pretty mad when we shot it down.
Mm-hmm.
But now 3 more were done, right? And we're getting conflicting information from a bunch of different places. Some saying balloons, some saying not balloons, some saying that it's UAPs. Some people even saying, you know, some news agencies and stuff saying that it's the same Tic Tac type objects that Dave Fravor and them talk about. So, you know, what's going on? This is going to be awesome. This will be a nice little chit chat on some UFOs tonight, I think. Definitely check us out. We are live on Spreaker.
Oh, yeah.
But we're also live where, Jason?
YouTube and Facebook.
Oh, man. We're multi-streaming. So we're trying to figure this stuff out, you know. And definitely check us out. Remember, we do have a book, right?
We do.
East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore. It's an awesome little book.
Nice little bathroom break.
That's right. You know, 5-star rating on Amazon. So, you know, I definitely say it's a buy, right?
Yeah.
And so I say we go to a break. Tonight I don't have a little thing for everybody.
Oh, man.
Yeah, this week I didn't.
Can't tune in with David Reagan
sorry,
tonight.
I'm not tuning in tonight. Dave dropped the ball this week and was so busy doing all kinds of other stuff, I didn't have time to make my tuned in. So definitely check out on our website, paranormal411.org. Check out where I've already uploaded a bunch of stuff. I also did it on our Facebook page at Paranormal411. So check that out, what I've got up so far. I really think that it will help you in the long run. I really do. I really do. But we will continue, you know, going on that way of thinking, because I think that you know, we can manifest things into our lives.
Oh yeah.
So I've done it, and know people who have done it, so it's possible.
Hey, hit that
viewers.
If you like the show and you know, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the follow button, whatever you see.
Hit all the buttons.
Hit every one of them.
Hit them all. Just, well, you can skip the dislike one. You know, if you hit the like one, don't do the dislike one. Right? But if you do the dislike one, then just go ahead and hit the like one too. You know?
All right, we're gonna
take a quick break though.
Oh yeah.
So remember, you're listening to Paranormal 411. Your hosts are Jason Scott, David Reagan, and we'll be back right after this quick break.
This is Jeff Reagan of the band Catalyst. Visit Paranormal 411. Click on our link on the right-hand side to listen to or purchase any of our albums on BandLab.
Hey, this is Eddie from Legends and Lore Pizzeria in Madisonville, Tennessee. Cool little pizza shop with a paranormal and cryptid theme. Just voted best pizza in Monroe County. Follow us on Facebook at Legends and Lord Pizzeria to get the latest updates on hours, specials, and new menu items.
In a world on the edge of oblivion, go to paranormal411.org for all of your paranormal, extraterrestrial, and cryptid needs.
Hey, this is Eddie from Legends and Lord Pizzeria, and I listen to Paranormal 411. Love y'all and keep it squatchy.
Thanks for listening to the show. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter at Paranormal411. Join us on the website at paranormal411.org. It's free to sign up and become a member. All of our upcoming shows are on the guest and events page. You can also listen to past shows on the website as well. And if you like the show and want to support us, you can do that by becoming a premium member for only $2 a month. Thanks for listening to Paranormal 411. Join us.
I see it in your eyes. The sad look on your face, the one you can't disguise. But go ahead if you wanna try it. Just don't pretend you don't know why. 'Cause I can see the truth buried beneath your lies. I know what you've done. This cannot be undone now. We'll never be the same. With your wicked charm, deceiving everyone now. We'll never be the same. You don't wanna lie to me. You couldn't help yourself. It happened so quickly. Indeed. Oh, and now you say you're sorry, that you never wanted to hurt me. Where you can live with yourself alone long after I leave.
All right, we are back after that quick little break.
That was an awesome little break.
Wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. We want to thank the band Catalyst for allowing us to use their music. And also John Sieber at the beginning. He allows us to use part of his music and everything in our intro and everything. And you can find him on YouTube. It's In Spirals.
Oh yeah.
So we want to thank everybody that allows us to use their music. Definitely makes our show a lot better.
It does.
It
I also
does.
want to thank. Think I seen where Marianne Murphy liked and shared the show.
Oh, thank you very much.
There
That's
might be
awesome.
another one on there that did. I just caught that one.
Oh, well, we want to thank everybody. That's for sure, right?
Oh yeah. So what are you gonna start out with these UFOs?
Well, you know, I mean, what's in the news right now?
China.
China? No. So we did shoot down a Chinese balloon, right? Well, at least that's what they said. And then China said, "Oh, I am mad at you for doing that." So I guess the first one probably was. Then we had 3 more UFOs that got shot down. And we're going to show a Fox News clip. And they talk about this, and he also talks about a Navy pilot. It's a Navy pilot that also talks about him and other pilots that he's talked to about the things that they've seen and what's happened to them and stuff like that. We also want to talk, do one. Are we able to pull the other one up?
Yeah, we can go to what started it all.
That's what we want to do. We want to go to what started it all. And the reason I want to do this one, or Jason and I want to do this one first, we just want to show how the Air Force and our government does like to,
Sugarcoat.
yeah, they don't like to tell the truth. How's that? And even when it smacks you in the face, they do not. They try their darndest to make sure that they lie to your face. They pee on your head and tell you it's raining outside and make you believe it. I mean, they're good. They're pretty good. But that's what our CIA and stuff is meant for, right?
Yep.
So, but you know, it's this first one is a Roswell, and it shows that, you know, there when it first happened, how they were reporting it, and this is an actual news clip from the original after the crash and everything, telling about the crash, what it was, and then you kind of see it morphing to where they're like, well, no, it can't even hold people, and it's flimsy and everything else. And so you get to see this morph from it being a UFO with bodies and aliens to being shipped to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base to it being, they don't know what it is, but it couldn't even hold anything in it. And so we wanted to refresh people's memories on how good they are at spinning this stuff, and that they're so embedded with our mass media that most of the time you really can't believe everything you hear, because they're over here going, hey, look at this. But then you've got this right here. You see this right here? You see that? You've got this that can't be explained, but they want you to see this over here. Oh, look at this. But I don't want you to look at this thing, right? That's defying gravity. That's going from, you know, in pretty much in outer space to a foot over the water in less than a second. They don't want you to see this thing and understand it. They're trying to, you know, it's a sleight of hand technique. You know, magicians do it all the time.
It's ball lightning.
That's right. Yeah, it's ball lightning. It's swamp gas. You know, we got so many cows now, they're farting.
We've watched too many. We watched too many Blue Books.
Yeah, yeah. Project Blue Book.
So I'm gonna put this first video on. Remember, this is off YouTube. We don't own the video or nothing.
We do not. And this is the original 1947 ABC broadcast. So just remember that.
Yep. Now, if I mess this up, don't hold me accountable.
As long as you can hear it, that's all that matters. I'm not a crook.
Oh,
Oh, it's showing the wrong one.
it's playing the right one.
It's playing the right one.
69.
Oh,
Oh.
no. Now we done lost it.
Hold on. I'll get it back.
See? Live is better.
Okay.
Live
Now,
is so good.
let's do this. Okay.
We might have to close the other one, huh? Close that one out.
Maybe.
Hey, everybody, we're still here. We're just trying to get this done. We're trying to show this to you.
Yeah, we are. We gonna get it though.
We will get it. It's going to happen, whether we like it or you like it or not. We're going to start hearing helicopters outside the window here in a little bit. So
Okay.
again, this is a
Here, let's go back. Here we are.
what's up? Now remember, this is what we're talking about tonight. These
Yeah.
right here, right? UFOs, UAPs is what they like to call them now, right? Unidentified aerial phenomenon, and which is kind of crazy, right?
Still can't get it to pop up. There we go.
Aha!
There we go. All right.
Now you're gonna do the other one, the one on YouTube, or are you gonna do the other one, that one?
We'll do this one first.
Okay. Well, they're the same thing, right? It's just one's on YouTube, one's not.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection. Late this afternoon, a bulletin from New Mexico suggested that the widely publicized mystery of the flying saucers may soon be solved. Army Air Force officers reported that one of the strange discs had been found and inspected sometime last week. Our correspondents in Los Angeles and Chicago have been in contact with Army officials endeavoring to obtain all possible late information. Joe Wilson reports to us now from Chicago. The Army may be getting to the bottom of all this talk about the so-called flying saucer.
Now, this is
As a matter of
original
fact,
footage,
the
too, right?
509th Atomic
Yes.
Bomb Group headquarters at Roswell, New Mexico, reports that it has received one of the discs which landed on a ranch outside Roswell.
That
The
stuff.
disc
I
landed
don't know
at a
about the
ranch
UFO
at Corona,
pictures.
New Mexico, and the rancher turned it over to the Air Force. Rancher W.W. Brizzell was the man who discovered the saucer. Colonel William Blanchard of
I
the
don't know about
Roswell
the
Air
bodies
Base
right there
refuses
either.
to give details of what the flying disc looks like. In Fort Worth, Texas, where the object was first sent, Brigadier General Roger Ramey says that it is being shipped by air to the AAF Research Center at Wright Field, Ohio. A few moments ago, I talked to officials at Wright Field, and they declared that
someone
they
put
expect
some
the so-called
extra
flying
stuff
saucer
in
to
here.
be delivered there, but that it hasn't
Never know.
arrived as yet. In the meantime, General Ramey describes the object as being of flimsy construction, almost like a box type.
You
He
see
says
how
that
it's
it was
went
so
from being a
battered that
flying
he was
saucer
unable
with
to determine
beams
whether it had a
to
disc
now it's
form,
flimsy
and he
construction.
does not indicate its size. Ramey says that so far as can be determined, no one saw the object in the air, and he describes it as being made of some sort of tinfoil. Other Army officials say that further information indicates that the object had a diameter of about 20 to 25 feet, and that nothing in the apparent construction indicated any capacity for speed, and that there was no evidence of a power plant. The disc also appeared too flimsy to carry a man. Now, back to Taylor Grant in New York. There was
So
important activity within the
right
UN
there,
Security Council
right there,
today.
you see how it changed so much. It changed. It went from being a disc that was found. Now, all the video of it, we're not going to claim that any of that's real. Now, some of the things where it showed him with the weather balloon, and it showed the, some of the documents and stuff, maybe. And we've all seen the pictures of him with the weather balloon afterwards and all that stuff. So we know that's real. But what we was trying to highlight was the newscast itself. And you see how it morphs from being, this thing crashed. 3 occupants in it. It was about 50 foot in diameter. And they even told the farm it was on, who found it, the whole 9 yards. And then all of a sudden it started going to, maybe it was only 20 foot in diameter. It was of very rickety construction, maybe with some tin foil of some kind. I mean, and then at the very end, it was like, well, it wasn't even strong enough to hold a person,
Yeah.
That's what we was wanting to get by was that, because,
Roger Gibson in Facebook.
woo, what's up, Roger? That's one thing we wanted to see, show was the fact that, they'll tell whatever it is. And anybody who's ever followed this stuff for a very long time knows that, the U.S. Air Force many times tried to explain Roswell and failed miserably every time. All the way from the dummy tests that were getting dropped and all that other stuff, which really didn't even happen till, 10, 15, 20 years later. None of that was going on at that time. So, they failed miserably throughout the time to try to really explain it away. So, next thing that we're going to do is we're going to show another video. And this is, from what happened, a couple weeks ago when after we shot down the supposed Chinese balloon, and then we shot down 3 more objects. One over Canada, one over Alaska, then one over the Great Lakes. Woo, what's up?
What's up?
And those are the objects that we're kind of talking about too, because it's going to end up being, I think that the stories have already morphed on that, haven't they? I mean, they've already morphed a lot. And you see correlations between them. And so, I want to know, and everybody here wants to know, right? Everyone, even people watching this live and everything else wants to know, what's the real story? But we're never going to know it. We're never going to know it. Never. It's not going to happen. And anyone like us that would have ever have seen any of this stuff happen would have been visited by Men in Black and told you didn't see that. These are not the droids you're looking for. That's what would have happened. But I still am a big proponent for thinking that, we as a people need to be informed if this stuff is really going on.
Yep.
What do you think, Jason?
We're not strong enough yet.
No.
We'll break down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's going to be the end of civilization if we're told, right? No one will be able to stand. Everybody's going to run amok and die, jump off cliffs like a bunch of dodo birds.
Yeah. What do you think about it, Roger?
We've got more viewers. We're already up to 5 on there now. Whoop,
Hit that like button and
like and share us.
follow, share.
Yes, and thanks everybody for listening. We appreciate you. But no, I mean, this is something that's going on right before our eyes. And I wish I could have found, after the 3rd one was shot down, I went on YouTube the next morning just to look at something not even related to it. And I found a news clip about it. So I watched it. It was before I went to work. And I wish I would have taken more notes on exactly what it was because I couldn't find it again. But it was and I think it was a local Knoxville news, if I'm not mistaken. But they were talking with their correspondent that at the time was in D.C. And they were trying to say, oh, okay, well, we're shooting down balloons and everything. And the guy's like, no, you don't understand. We're not going to shoot down a balloon with a $500,000 Sidewinder missile. You know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. And he says, and he said, and maybe you guys and gals could go on and find it, but, you know, he literally sat there and said that from what he is hearing in D.C. at the time and stuff like that, that these three objects closely were related to the Tic Tac video and Dave Fravor stuff that happened with the Nimitz and all that stuff. So, and that's a news organization, you know, and he was right there, you know, in Washington. So, you know, I don't know. I mean, again, woo, there's another like. How you doing?
Roy.
And,
Bird dog.
you know, I think that, when you have so many conflicting stories, in my personal opinion, you cannot trust the government. Come from a conspiracy theorist. You can't trust the government. They're going to lie every damn time. You could catch them with the hand in the cookie jar, and they're going to tell you they ain't eating a cookie. They're just counting the cookies.
Yep.
To make sure that no one else ate a cookie. That's what's going to happen. Oh, Roy says he's digging that hat.
Proud supporter.
That's it. So you want to show this other video, or do you want us to go to break first, or what do you want to do?
Well,
We can show it.
What?
Or do you want me to start a break up?
We'll go to break and then do it since this is going to be
We're going to do a short show tonight.
short show tonight.
Everybody. It's going to be a short show. Jason's got to get up and go to work really early in the morning.
Yes, I do. It's inventory time.
Oh. That's terrible. Well, next week, I probably won't be home till Monday.
Going to Hawaii?
I'm taking a one-way trip to Jamaica on the truck. Now, I'm going to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, which is just right outside of Washington State. So I'll end up doing a 34-hour break before I could come home. So, yeah.
Oh,
Yeehaw.
well.
It is what it is. It's work, right? We all have to work.
Yeah.
But remember, everybody, tonight we are talking about these things right there. Right there. See that? And what's going on in the, who's that? John. What's up, man? Thanks. You know, the thing is that, I do believe that we're being lied to by our government.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why we wanted to show that first video, because you see the progression, and then we're going to show this other video from Fox, and this guy is going to sit there, don't drink the water. I don't drink the Kool-Aid, man. I sure as heck ain't drinking the water. But we're going to take a quick break. Remember, you're listening to Paranormal 411, Jason Scott, David Reagan. And remember, we do have a book out, right, Jason?
Yes,
East
we
Tennessee
do.
Hauntings and Lore. You can find us on where?
Amazon.
Amazon. That's right. We're 5-star rated. And check it out. It's a pretty cool little book. We got a few personal stories in there and everything. Nice.
So Susan says so many people already believe that they are real. I don't think it will cause a widespread panic. Some fear, sure, but most people believe that the government is lying and has been for a long time.
I stand right with her. 100%. I'm that's for Susan. Thank you, Susan. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I agree. Roy agrees.
You know, it's just like we was talking about last week or the week before last with the paranormal evidence.
Yeah.
There's enough here.
Oh yeah.
There's enough video.
Well, and like this right here, this is video from our government.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough evidence to say, hey, yeah, this is it. It's really happening.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They're on this trip where the logical things can't happen.
Yeah. Well, you know, I am a believer in a breakaway civilization. I think that our government does have technologies that far exceed where we are.
Yeah.
And that we are the ones that are in trouble for it. And that they are a breakaway, or is going to be a breakaway civilization. For sure. And I do believe, you know, you have a lot of people out there that talk about Dr. Stephen Greer. He has a lot of great movies and stuff like that out, documentaries. And I believe a lot in what he has to say too, because I think that the greater percentage of what we see in the night sky and we report as UFOs and things like that, I think the greater percentage of those is our technology. Now, it's based off of their technology, but it's our technology. I think that they're here. And, you know, the whole exchange program and all that stuff may be true. I don't know. But I do believe that, you know, we have that technology. We do have the technology. And, you know, when we go to this break, I will bring something up so I could actually say it properly and say it verbatim, just to make sure that I don't misquote the person. But I have something from somebody, and if I'm not mistaken, it was the president of Lockheed Martin before he died. And he has some deathbed confessions that he talked about, but he also had a saying that he said during that time too. So we'll go to a quick break.
Roy, you do have to still pay your taxes. You can only forfeit the tax payment if you get on a asteroid.
Yeah, you got it. Or the moon, maybe.
Well, asteroid preferably. Blow it up, detour it.
Gotcha.
Remember?
Yeah.
Was it Armageddon? Was that the name of the movie?
Yeah. If an asteroid's going to hit, be the one to say that you'll go up there and push the button. Oh, my goodness. All right. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. Remember, Jason Scott, David Reagan, listening to Paranormal 411. And we are on all of your podcast platforms. Remember, while you're listening to us live on Facebook and on YouTube, press that like button. Go ahead. Like it.
Oh, yeah.
Like us. We need your approval. And we are also live on Spreaker tonight. So
and Facebook.
And remember, you could also come to paranormal411.org. And we also in our live chat room. We have a live chat room there. But you know what's cool is that you can't see us. What's up? You can't see this made for radio face on our our chat room. So maybe one of these days we can fix that. What's up? How you doing, Roger? Thanks for like. We're going to go to a quick break though, and we will be back after this few messages.
In a world on the edge of oblivion, go to paranormal411.org for all of your paranormal, extraterrestrial, and cryptid needs.
Hey, this is Eddie from Legends and Lore Pizzeria, and I listen to Paranormal 411. Love y'all and keep it squatchy.
Thanks for listening to the show. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter at Paranormal411. Join us on the website at paranormal411.org. It's free to sign up and become a member. All of our upcoming shows are on the guest and events page. You can also listen to past shows on the website as well. And if you like the show and want to support us, you can do that by becoming a premium member for only $2 a month. Thanks for listening to Paranormal 411. Join us.
Hey, this is Eddie from Legends and Lore Pizzeria in Madisonville, Tennessee. Cool little pizza shop with a paranormal and cryptid theme. Just voted best pizza in Monroe County. Follow us on Facebook at Legends and Lore Pizzeria to get the latest updates on hours, specials, and new menu items.
This is Jeff Reagan of the band Catalyst. Visit Paranormal 411. Click on our link on the right-hand side to listen to or purchase any of our albums on BandLab.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, that's why I played it, because I knew you like it. I was like, that's Jason's favorite, so we're gonna play "Vagabond" by Catalyst.
Oh yeah,
Definitely want to thank Catalyst. We want to thank a lot of our sponsors. Want to thank Legends and Lore Pizzeria.
Oh yeah,
They're awesome. Eddie is an awesome guy, and his wife Susan is awesome too. And so, but yeah, definitely want to go check them out, because it's the best pizza you'll ever eat in your life. Just saying. So when we left, I was going to say something, but you know what? I think maybe we need to do that first, and then I'll say this.
Okay.
I don't know.
Let me see if I can get it up here.
And
That this is PG. That's more like it. Oh, let's see here. Hold on, guys. Let me try to get it going. Oh, look there. It popped up.
Booyah!
Okay.
Jason, you're batting a
So we
thousand.
know that last week's spy balloon came from China, but what about the 3 other objects shot down over the weekend? Well, apparently, U.S. pilots could not even identify how these objects were even being powered or staying in the air, so we seem to know nothing. Anyway, joining us now with reaction, a former Navy pilot. He previously encountered an unidentified flying objects. Ryan Graves is with us. Ryan, welcome to the program. I know NORAD is saying this, that it's a possibility. I don't doubt that it is a possibility. I've studied it. I've looked into it. I find it an interesting topic. I've not been convinced that, life exists elsewhere or what these unidentified flying objects are. But you testified before Congress. Why don't you tell people what you said?
Yeah, Sean, I think at the end of the day, I agree with you that we really just don't have enough information right now to make an assessment either way of what we're looking at. What we do know is that there are things out there that are posing a aviation safety hazard, and now we're seeing that hazard demonstrated in real time in Alaska and Montana and elsewhere across the United States.
Okay, you testified. You're a former F/A-18 pilot, and you said that 50 to 60 people that you flew with would tell you that they saw a UAP every single day, yet one other pilot has confirmed this publicly. But you're saying that this was something you often all talked about privately?
Absolutely. We would fly our jets off the eastern seaboard in our working areas with our F-18s. And once we upgraded our radars, we started noticing objects in our working areas that we weren't expecting to see. And we were all seeing these. We were seeing them on our radars. We were seeing them on our camera systems and our FLIR systems. And eventually, we even saw them with our eyeballs. It came to the point where we almost had a midair with one of these objects as we were entering our areas, which forced us to file a hazard report or a HAZREP to report to the rest of the fleet that there was a safety issue that we were experiencing out there. And the aircrew that saw this object just described it as a dark gray or black cube inside of a clear sphere.
Well, go into a little more specificity and detail, what the type of things that you saw and 50 or 60 other pilots that you spoke to say they saw.
Yes, when we were off the East Coast, typically how we'd see these objects behave is stationary, which isn't very exciting, but typically when we're operating at altitude, we could have winds anywhere from 60 knots up to 120 knots.
What is your altitude
see these objects
you fly at?
operating.
What is
we'll
the
operate
altitude?
anywhere from about 5,000 to 30,000 feet.
Okay. And
so
okay,
there's
so they would
often
be
quite high
stationary.
winds, and these objects. Correct. And they would be stationary against the wind, as if they weren't moving, when we're fighting to keep our aircraft in the area. Other times, they would proceed in a straight line or in a holding pattern, often at speeds up to supersonic 1.0 Mach. And they would also be out there all day, where our aircraft would typically only last for about an hour and 15 minutes when we're flying tactically. These objects would be flying at high speeds for most of the day.
Wow, amazing experience. First of all, thank you for your service. Thank you for sharing your story. And You know, the fact that they don't know about the 3 that they shot down over the weekend is spectacularly frightening to me, because the fact it shows a vulnerability I never thought this country would have. We appreciate you being with us. Thank you, sir. Hey, Sean.
So, you know, there you go. I mean, FA-18 pilot tells pretty much the same story that we hear from Dave Fravor and a lot of these other pilots that have started coming forward, of these objects that defy anything that we know, right? I mean, he just sat there and said that where they could fly for about an hour or so, these things are out there all day. All day. Okay. I mean, it's definitely a technology that we'll say, the regular part of our military and the general public doesn't know anything about.
Yeah.
Could it be a black project? It's possible. It really is. But why would they risk putting a black project thing like this in direct contact with their ships out in sea and other things that they know that if it's considered a threat, they can shoot it down?
Yeah.
So why would they even do it? I don't think that they would. Now, I think that they would say whatever they needed to cover it up? Absolutely. Roy, I don't think that China has that kind of technology. We've had plenty of people that's come out that said we don't even have the technology, and no one that they know of on the planet has this technology. But I don't know. Roger, could the X-Files be telling the truth? You know, I honestly believe that sometimes we do get given nuggets of truth in TV shows and movies and stuff like that. What do you think, Jason? Do you think that they do that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we had a lot of predictions in The Simpsons.
All right. they told the truth, too.
Yeah.
I mean, but
You can't deny that it was either time travel or precognition.
yeah. Or both.
Crazy.
I don't know. I think that that it's possible.
So Susan says there used to be a show called NASA's Unexplained Files, and many former astronauts have said that they saw UFOs while aboard the space station.
John Bill Clinton Smith says from Manchester, England. What's up? How you doing, buddy? Nice to talk to you from England. Wow.
Great.
Thanks for listening. You know, I mean, there's some stuff that happened in England back in the day too, you know.
Oh yeah.
Rendlesham Forest. Yeah, that was something. You know, not only for us, but you know, for them also. And you know, I pulled up some stuff from Ben Rich, which was Lockheed Skunk Works, you know, CEO and everything. And it's pretty neat. And these things have been verified. So you can look these things up yourself. And I'll just go over a couple of them here. So forgive me. I am reading here. But these are his actual words. And this is from a source in 1993. It's WPAFB. It's a slide presentation that was given. And he specifically said that the Air Force has just given us a contract to take ET home. What do you think about that? Another source statement made after the UCLA presentation to 3 Disclosure Project witnesses. And he says, "We already have the means to travel among the stars, but these technologies are locked up in black projects, and it would take an act of God to ever get them out to benefit humanity." And this would be the guy that knows.
Yeah.
Because he's locked up in those black projects. You know, that's all they do. Lockheed's Skunk Works. He said this is a UCLA School of Engineering alumni speech, 3/23 of 93. And he said, "We now have the technology to take ET back home." ET no longer has to phone home. He just hits a ride with us.
Yep.
We could take him back home. The same alumni speech in 3/23/93, it says, he said, "We now know how to travel the stars." That's kind of a past tense thing, is it not? Like, we have done this, so we now know how to do this.
Yeah.
I don't know. In the same speech, he also said, "There is an error in the equations, and we have figured it out, and now know how to travel the stars, and it will not take a lifetime to do it." Is that not crazy? I mean, I don't know. There's many quotes from him, and a lot of them are from this same speech that he gave at the UCLA School of Engineering. So he has quite a few of them that he talks about there. You know, I think that, we as a people, and I mean, it doesn't matter where you are, right, in the world, we as a people, if we want to see the realization of this technology that is probably there, because we have tons of people who say it is there, right? We're the ones that's going to have to get together and make them give us this technology. And I think a lot of this technology, you know why I think some of it will not allow us to, they won't allow us to have it? I was watching one of Dr. Stephen Greer's, and I can't remember exactly which one it was because I've watched a lot of his movies that he's put out, or his documentaries. But in one specific one, he talked about getting an invitation to a secret lab. And I don't remember if he said it was in Texas or something like that. And he accepted it because it was a lab for medical. It was a medical thing, but it was a dark project lab. And he was an ER physician. And so he said that he went to to get on his plane. Well, the lead singer from ZZ Top was there. I don't remember his name. I'm sorry. Like ZZ Top though, but anyway, and he knew the guy and asked if he could tag along, and said that he knew the guy that invited him. So he went with him. But he said that when he got there, he was shown some pretty spectacular inventions, or some things that they were working with. The complete ability to cure cancer, even regrowing limbs, people who had spinal injuries that couldn't walk anymore, they could fix every bit of that. He would say that he was shown all these amazing things, right, that we would see as just completely amazing. And he was told why the technology could never be released. And that was because the energy that was powering these machines would mean free energy for the world. free energy. Mankind, doesn't deserve free energy. They want you tied to a meter. So could you imagine if it's real and if it's true, what Greer is saying, we can't have the technology to help people. How about little kids that have these diseases that we supposedly can cure? We can't have none of that stuff because that also may, make it to where you're no longer dependent upon an energy source. Now, how absurd is that? But those are the same people that would make you believe that this thing right here, this thing right there, right, would make you believe.
I thought you was just talking about your finger.
Nope, that thing right there. Right there. My finger's pointing at it right there. This thing right here. Right there. Yeah. Would sit there and tell you that we don't have this technology. Right? We don't have that technology.
Somebody does.
Right. Someone does. And I'm inclined to agree with some of the people that say that the majority of the things that we see are ours, backward engineered.
Yep, with a little help from our friends.
That's right. That's right. So I don't know. I mean, for me, I think that that we would be wrong to keep this, all this to our, to let these people in the government, these people in these black projects be able to do this stuff. Read that to us, Jason.
Come on, Raj.
What?
You want me to read that to you?
What does it say?
This is from Roger. On November 5th. Is this off of a TV show?
Oh, no, that's the Voyager 2. So that's the
Okay.
satellites. Yeah, that we sent out like in the 70s or...
Well, in 2018, Voyager 2 officially left the solar system.
Yep.
As it crossed the Helipause,
Heliopolis, blah, blah.
the boundary that marks the end of the
Heliosphere.
heliosphere and the beginning of the interstellar space. He wonders if something seen it and knew where it came from.
Well, we placed gold discs, record discs on each one of those two crafts.
Mm-hmm.
And we also had on there what showed our DNA strands, showed man and a woman, and it also showed where we were in our solar system. So they could literally follow that and know who they were dealing with and where we lived. Yeah. So, yeah, you're right, Roger. They definitely could because they purposefully put all that information on there to show them where we lived.
Yeah, they put music on there too. Elvis and the Beatles.
Yep. And even some symphony orchestras and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Well, I think you're right, Roy. The government does feel that we do not need to know other anything that they don't want us to know. But, they're afraid that, we're going to light our hair on fire and run around and scream, the sky's falling if they told us the truth, which is far further from the truth, to be honest with you. We as a people have been conditioned for a long, long time to the possibility of something else being out there. But what if we find out that it's not really out there, that it's actually here? What if we find that it's a that they live in our oceans, and that's why we see these crafts going into the water and going down into the oceans. What if they've
Yeah.
lived here for a long time, or they've had a base here for a long time?
What if we're the visitors?
Oh, what if we're the test tube babies? The trial. I mean, I guess we could what if all night. You know, the thing is that we know we're being lied to by our government. We know that they lied to us all the time. Why would Ben Rich from Lockheed Skunk Works say what he said if it wasn't true? You know, and what really kills me about stuff like this is, I don't know if just a lot of people don't know about it. If they're not told about these kind of things. But when someone like this really speaks, it should throw a lot of weight behind it, I think. And I think a lot of people should be in an uproar going, okay, we've got this guy, and I believe that what he says is true, and I want to know the truth. And then if you say he's lying, government, then tell me how he's lying. I want proof that he's lying. Why don't you let visitors go visit Lockheed and talk to those people and some of these other places? How come these places are locked down so tight that even people from our government can't go in and get answers from some of these people? But they're getting your taxpayer dollars. Your money is putting in their pocket to do whatever the hell they want to do with it. That should make everybody mad.
Oh,
You know? I mean, but, you know, I believe that there may be more to what happened, you know, these last weeks where we've shot these things down, and they knew they couldn't quite cover them up, so they came out and said that they did it. But then they are, how do you want to put it, Jason? Now trying to back up and punt, right? And say, well, they were just balloons.
Yeah.
You're not shooting a balloon down with a $500,000 rocket missile. It ain't happening. Large people get eaten first.
I guess I'm out of luck.
Damn it. I better start doing more running. I might start running more. I'll stop being such a large person. But I don't know. I mean, for me, you know, this was going to be a short show, and we've gone a little over an hour. But, you know, I think that, you know, if anybody takes anything from any of this, I think that, you know, we should do our own research on some of this stuff, and how the government is really good at twisting the truth and letting, you know, put it in the back of your mind that let's not always believe 100%. And I mean on either side, right? We're just talking about, you know, what we might think is possible. And then trying to show a little bit of proof of why we think that's possible. With the videos that we showed, and with some of the stuff that we talked about. But, you know, you can't take what we said for it either. Look it up yourself. You know, that's the best thing you could do. And do your own research. And when you do, then you're going to start forming an opinion and figuring out for yourself maybe, you know, what really is going on. Because I believe that we're living in a time where at some point, they're going to have to tell us the truth. What do you think, Jason?
Oh yeah, I still don't think it'll be anytime soon.
You know, it's funny because people will say, like, they're going to have to land on the White House lawn, right? But during Project Blue Book years, there was a major flyover for a whole week of the White House of these UFOs that they couldn't explain. They scrambled jets, and the jets couldn't catch up to them or keep up with them. So the proverbial, they have to land on the White House lawn, has already happened in our past. It's happened. We've already lived it. They can't explain it. They can't explain these things right here either. None of them. They can't explain this right here, right there. You got it. Right there. Yeah. They can't explain that.
Gucci, Gucci, goo.
But they can't explain it, you know. So it defies what we know in physics, what those things are able to do. And we could have a long discussion on that. But tonight we don't have time. Jason has to go to work at 2 a.m.
Oh, Lord.
And time is ticking. Time keeps on ticking. So,
This is a show for you to think about.
I think so. I think it's just planting the seed. We'll call it that, right? We're planting the seed of just don't believe everything you hear, because I think over the following weeks and stuff, we're going to start hearing what happened morph, just like we showed you that original, video. Or I don't think the video was really part of it, but I think the audio was, and how we showed that it started morphing. That I think the same thing is going to happen here. Before long, you're going to have someone sitting there with the weather balloon going, this is what it was. It's a $500,000 Sidewinder missile to blow this thing out of the air. We couldn't keep up with it. We couldn't find a propulsion system, but we blew it out of the air with a Sidewinder missile, and it's a balloon.
We couldn't get close enough to tell what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. And what kills me about all this is something else that kills me. So, according to anything FAA, if you're a college or anything and you're going to launch a balloon, any type of balloon, launching that balloon in America, because this has already come up a couple of times, right? Well, it may be a college or it may be something else doing some weather, blah, 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 right? Anything you're going to loft into the air, you have to notify and get it passed through the FAA before you can do it. And the FAA doesn't know nothing about it. And these colleges or none of these other places are going to launch it without telling the FAA like they're supposed to. Because they know at some point it could come back to them and bite them in the ass. So, I don't know. I mean, what do you think?
Yeah.
Thank you, Eddie, for saying it's a good show. The Navy released. So Susan says last year the Navy released videos of fighter jets dealing with UFOs and the pilots couldn't identify them. So why try to cover this stuff up? It's obviously out. Right. And that's another thing though, right? So out of all that, we found out multiple things. We found out not only could they not figure out what this was, because this is part of the Tic Tac video stuff right here. This whole thing right here. And we saw them start. So we found out that they had a secret organization that was looking after all this stuff that they didn't tell the public about or nothing. That came to light. A lot of things came to light after all these Tic Tac videos and all that stuff. And then you had Dave Fravor and a lot of these other guys and gals that started coming out and talking and telling their stories and stuff like that. then you see them start trying to retract it, pull back.
That's what they do.
Yeah, they try to retract it. They try to say, well, we think maybe it's drones. Okay, wait. So you have drone technology that could go from the edge of space to 1 foot over the ocean in a second. I want to see this technology. I'm sorry. But if you're out there showing the world, you might as well just go ahead and show the damn world. Right? It ain't true. It ain't true. They don't know what it is. They have no idea what it is. And that's what's got the, all these committees started, and even our government's looking into a lot of this stuff. And what's funny is that if you watch a lot of these things, these supposed experts that get brought in to talk to them about it don't know nothing about major cases of UFOs. When they're brought up, they're like, I don't know. I've never heard of that before. Are you serious? And you're supposedly the expert on these kinds of things? Yeah. No, it's a rouge. It's like we was talking about before. It's oh, look at this over here. Hey, this don't exist. This ain't, oh, look over here, look over here, look at it. Right? That's what they're doing. Because they can't explain it, or they know what it is, and they don't want to release it. There's only one or two things, that it could be. So, what do you think, Jason?
I think it's been the same for years. Cover up, cover up, cover up.
Right. Right.
Like you said, some of it, the bigger percentage of it is probably our stuff.
Yeah, I think it is.
But some of the stuff is just like this stick tech thing here.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Nope. Nope. And while, again, like we was talking about earlier, why would they, if this was ours, and it's happening on the East Coast and the West Coast, both coasts where we have carrier groups out, they're having these objects coming in around all the carriers and all that stuff. And the radar,
they're letting them.
Right. And the radar, the people are seeing these things on radar, and they are just as fast in the air, in space, as they are in the water. When they go into the water, they could go supersonic in the water. As far as I know, we can't do nothing like that. That picture behind you guys is not a drone. Right, exactly. Tinfoil is showing from under your hat, Jason, Roy says. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I was actually talking to my wife about this, and I think it would be kind of funny, but we were thinking for the Bigfoot conference, we was going to make some tinfoil hats up and sell them. Huh? What do you think? I mean, come on. Everybody needs their tinfoil hat. I just think it would be kind of funny. But, conspiracy theory and things like that were brought into effect from our government, right? That was a CIA operation to talk about, these conspiracy theories. People, they're crazy. They wear tinfoil hats and they probably still live in their mama's basement, and have no life at all. And the problem is that there's been quite a few times that conspiracy theories have been proven true. And I think that this is definitely one. If you want to call it a conspiracy theory, I think that this will definitely be one. Sometime, maybe not us, maybe our grandkids. Maybe they'll be the ones that are finally determined, able to, know the truth. I don't know. But at some point, I think it'll happen. Eddie says that he'd buy a tinfoil hat from us. Roy says discredit the ones that are getting close. Well, that's right. That's exactly what it was for, right? It was to discredit and to get people to say, "Oh man, you know, I don't want to be one of those people. I don't want to be identified as a, you know, as one of those kooky people. They probably do dope and everything, man. They're probably some long-haired hippie guy, you know." But I don't know. I do think that it is something that is going on, and something that, oh, hey guys, sorry late. Oh, it's Eddie Hunt. What's up, man? Don't get to see everybody in the Paranormal 411 live chat room. But you know, I think that I just think that it's best for us to stay skeptical about everything and do our homework. And I think that we will be better off in the long run for doing it. I think that's a long story short. You know? And believe those tinfoil hat wearing people, because they see things that regular people don't see.
Oh yeah.
Because they don't worry about fitting in with society. So you have anything to add?
No, I believe that's.
I think we went a little longer than our hour was going to do.
Yeah.
I want to thank everybody again for showing up. All of our viewers that are on Facebook and YouTube and everything. I want to thank everybody. For those of you that showed up in the Paranormal 411 live chat room, want to thank you. And remember, you know, we are live on Facebook and on YouTube when we go live, and you can see us. You can see this made for radio face of mine. That's why I try to hide behind the mic, you know, as much as I can. And, you know, hopefully real soon we will get us a good guest on for you guys to talk with. And that sounds good to me, right? What about you, Jason? But, you know, I just wanted to talk about this tonight because it's something that's, Roy says he'll take a hat extra large for his superior brain. Got it. Roger says later, man. And, but you know, I just, that's why I want to talk about it while it's fresh, you know, while it's something that's out there and our mainstream news is still talking about it.
Yep.
So, you have anything to say, Jason?
Yeah, Roy's brain ain't big. His head's just big.
Gotcha. Is that the?
He needs an extra large size for his head.
Heed. That's funny.
Uh-oh, he's typing something. Oh.
Susan said she loved the show. Thank you for watching. And also want to tell everybody that, like we always do, Legends Lore Pizzeria, Madisonville, Tennessee. It's a freaking awesome place. Great food, great people. Eddie has all kinds of stories. I'm telling you, you got to go and visit, even if it's to eat a pizza and to ask Eddie to tell you some stories. And hey, listen to his recent at his house. He had a recent Bigfoot out there screaming, and it's pretty wild. I'm telling you. I'm sure he would be happy to let you listen to it. It's pretty neat. So Roy says he resembles that.
He resembles. I think he just didn't spell that right. I think he resent that.
Yeah, well, no, he said resemble, so that means he says it's true.
Oh,
he has a big head. Thank you, Eddie. And everybody, have a good night. And thanks for tuning in and listening to us for this little short show. And we will get back to you ASAP. We may not have a show next week unless I could talk this guy over here into doing it and me being remote, you know, maybe. Hey, where's the cricket? There it is.
Maybe.
We'll see. I'll try. So, you know, if so, we'll definitely post it and stuff, but maybe we could do a short show or something throughout the week next week or something, since we may not be able to do a long show. Like I said, I may not be back home till Monday or so. So, but everybody have a good weekend. Thanks for listening. Thanks for everybody that's going to listen to this after it's podcasted up. And keep it paranormal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Stay paranormal. So remember, we are live on Spreaker. We're also live on Facebook and YouTube. Remember, we do have a book out called East Tennessee Hauntings and Lore.
It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon. It is a great coffee table book. And you can find us on paranormal411.org. You can also find us at Paranormal411 on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And we are on all of your favorite podcast platforms. Join us. And have a good weekend. Have a good night, everybody. And we will see you again. Thanks for listening to the show. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter at Paranormal411. Join us on the website at Paranormal411.org. It's free to sign up and become a member. All of our upcoming shows are on the guest and events page. You can also listen to past shows on the website as well. And if you like the show and want to support us, you can do that by becoming a premium member for only $2 a month. Thanks for listening to Paranormal 411. Join us.